Hi everyone, my name is Sharath. I am the commercial director at SESAMi, and I am in charge of the deployment of digital solutions amongst the supplier community of SESAMi. But before I delve into into specifically what SESAMi does, I would first like to thank DBS for the opportunity given to me to share a little bit more about SESAMi's digitization journey and its foray into the future of digitization, but with DBS as one of its core partners. All right. So a little bit more about what I would be sharing with you guys today. It's going to be a little bit more about the depth or how wide our ecosystem currently is, the kind of product suite that we have, and where exactly DBS is assisting us with, and at the same time how we plan to scale using technology, and again how DBS is helping us in that regard as well. All right. So a little bit more about SESAMi. SESAMi has been around for over 2 decades and is the operator of one of the biggest electronic hubs in Asia, with the key value proposition being that we provide a platform that allows all the businesses to the advantages and efficiencies of being able to trade online, mainly by providing e-procurement services in Singapore. Right? And from this slide, you can see we cater to 2 major communities, which is the buyer community and the supplier community, right? And as you can see from this slide, that a big driver of the numbers of our supply community are driven by our customers who are industry leaders themselves. Many of the buyers that SESAMi works with are really large MNCs in Singapore or government-linked corporates in Singapore, and that has allowed us to be the largest B2B e-marketplace in Singapore with over 20 to 25,000 suppliers. We have some really big names like the biggest top university in Asia, the largest telcos in Singapore, who are using SESAMi for its procurement suite, right? And the key value from this is that this has allowed us to cater to a huge supplier community who are transacting using SESAMi with the buyers, right? So this slide basically puts a bit of numbers to what I'm talking about. So the suppliers within the SESAMi communities are transacting worth of over 2.3 billion worth of e-invoices and are getting over 6.8 billion worth of EPOs just in 2019 alone. And the buyers utilize the system to put up multiple RFQ tenders and use it for e-sourcing opportunities as well. Right. So basically what SESAMi has done, it has come up with a platform that allows multiple buyers to bring in multiple hubs of suppliers to transact on a single system and centralize the procurement work that comes within. Now, obviously, this comes with its own challenges that SESAMi has already overcome. The kind of digitization challenges over the last 2 decades with a lot of success, and that has actually allowed us to provide a whole suite of solutions over the last 2 decades with the procurement suite. Right. So this is basically the breadth of what SESAMi provides in terms of what the buyers are using SESAMi for, and at the same time what the suppliers are using SESAMi for. Obviously with the buyers, sourcing in procurement and invoicing is a key feature, but for suppliers, obviously a big portion of running the business is ensuring the cash flows are optimized, right? And for a large period of SESAMi's history, we have always focused on catering to buyers' needs. And now we are looking to focus a lot more on supplier community and making sure that their usage of the platform is much more optimized as well. And this is by focusing onto the financing segment or the financing aspect of SESAMi's business over here, right? So this push into assisting suppliers has actually allowed us to kickstart a first of its kind initiative with DBS, where we are looking to push supply chain financing into the SESAMi community, where we allow the suppliers or the businesses that are submitting e-invoices through SESAMi to get immediate payment on the invoices. And this is basically where DBS comes in to finance those invoices in a very digitized and data-driven way, which allows for a very quick deployment and a convenient and easy application for the suppliers, right? And the key aspect over here is that this whole system or this whole program program is basically a testament to the kind of innovation and push for digitization that DBS is a major driver for currently. We reached out to many banks to get them to be part of this initiative, especially with, given how the economy is currently and the kind of cash flow issues that businesses are facing. And DBS was one of the quickest ones and one of the most innovative ones to get back to us and come up with a program that would make sense commercially, but at the same time would not create or cause unnecessary risk taking on the bank's regard, because they would be depending on the strength of quality of invoices and the track record that the supplier has with the buyer to deploy their funds, right? And you can see from the next slide what is the typical invoicing cycle that you can see on top, where suppliers would have to wait 30, 60 or 90 days to get payments, whilst with the digital supply finance they are able to get payment on the invoices the very day that they e-invoice, which would allow them to redeploy these funds on to their own business, to carry on and focus on what their business is more needing for, right? So the next slide here tells you a little bit more about the specific benefits of this partnership that basically suppliers get to enjoy. And as I said, this is a very innovative product in the current market, where you're able to get up to 100% of your invoice value. You don't need to submit bank statements, financials, and all of these typical stereotypes that financing with banks typically requires, where it's a very seamless user experience that DBS has allowed our suppliers to undergo when requesting financing. And all of this comes at a very affordable cost as well for our suppliers, right? Now, obviously, a key element in this partnership is the ability to capture invoices into a specific system. And this is basically where SESAMi has gone into PEPL e-invoice global invoicing standard. This is mainly a standard that allows e-invoices to be formed in a specific format, right? And SESAMi is an access point provider for PEPL e-invoices, and this is basically our strategy to capture more e-invoices in an invoice marketplace, which would eventually lead to a higher quality of invoices that can be thereby financed by the banks in the future, right? And this is basically where, again, DBS has worked very closely with us to drive business traffic to adopt this PEPL standard. IMDA has been a huge proponent of this program, and we are already the preferred access point provider for MOF AGD in Singapore. And again, we are now working with DBS to make sure that more corporates utilize this platform, right? But overall, as you can see, we have a whole breadth of solutions that we are providing under SESAMi, and DBS has already started working with us on very key and core modules of our breadth of suite of products that we provide, right? And again, we are hoping that with the successes that we find in these small little modules that DBS is working with us on, it would propel this partnership forward, and such that we are able to partner with DBS on much more things in the near future. And overall, I hope you have much better understanding of what SESAMi has done and what it hopes to achieve with DBS as one of our partners for our suite of products, right? And I'll be very happy to reach out and connect with any of the viewers who may have any queries on what I have shared, or would like to catch up with me and figure out if there's any way that you could collaborate with me and SESAMi on any of these opportunities that I have shared. With that, thank you so much again for having me here. Thank you.